Fans still remember with fondness Johnny Pilkington's performance in major matches down the years. No Brian Whelan available today, while Joe Dooley is also a notable absentee. Michael Bond has switched around the furniture a little bit. Barry Whelan is now in midfield. Ger Oakley is on the 40, while Gary Hannafy is at full forward alongside his brother Rory and new man Damien Murray. Galway's Rory Gantley will look back on last year's All-Ireland quarter-final with a lot of happy memories. He scored 5 points that day against Tipperary. Today he returns to midfield, accompanied by Declan O'Brien. Dual performer David Tierney lines out at centre-half forward, as the Athenry players are not available to manager Noel Lane. It's Mark Kearns now at full forward, in the company of Ollie Canning and Cathal Murray. The referee today is Seamus Roach from Tipperary. He had a right good look at the pitch before the match, because we've had torrential rain down here in Offaly. And it's Offaly themselves who won the toss. Kevin Keenahan, their captain for today, opted to play from right to left in the first half. Colin Cassidy trying to get that one away. Now Keenahan himself under pressure. Comes out to Fergal Healy, and that should have been the first point. Healy was in as a replacement for a flu victim, Alan Kearns. Not a particularly large crowd for the start of the Allianz National Hurling League. Offaly advancing. Brendan Murphy stopped, however, by Pádraig Walsh of Galway, helped out by Declan O'Brien. Kevin Keenahan put under pressure. Canning is in there, so too is Kearns. And here's a decent chance. And that one's back of the net by David Tierney. A goal for Galway. Early stages of this match. This was a great run through here by the hurler cum footballer David Tierney, and a rasping shot. He did really well, got away from Colin Cassidy and found the back of Stephen Byrne's net. Brendan Murphy. Pressure applied over there on Greg Kennedy, today's captain, minus the stick, as you can see. Damien Murray is Offaly's free taker this afternoon, and that's a good opener. Nice point. First of the day. 1-1 to 1 point. Kieran Callanan from Ardrahan. Down towards Tierney. Whipped forward again by Barry Whelan. Big opportunity for him today, playing in midfield. Damien Murray, the free taker. Good ball forward. They persist. Rory Hannafy trying to get inside. Here's an opportunity, and that's a goal for Offaly. It just fell delightfully. 1-3 to 1-1. This ball came across here so dangerously, and in to the square came Conor Gath. Ball played across by Rory Hannafy, and Gath finished it beautifully. Really good comeback by Offaly, but it's a 35-minute half. Mick O'Hara landing this one over the bar. Great score. Well, Offaly delighted to have their Borough players in action this afternoon. They're contributing handsomely, and this is where the left half back came up and fired this one unerringly. Good contest so far on the opening day of the Allianz National Hurling League. Rory Hannafy, he's provided one goal already. Gath is waiting across him, it'll come his way. Oakley's there too, and Gary Hannafy. Back with Damien Murray. That's a fine score. So 1-5 to 1-1. This ball came across here to the man in the green helmet, who was Damien Murray, and that's his first from play. Kieran Callanan. Johnny Pilkington, perhaps needing the assistance of his midfield partner Barry Whelan. Pressure back there on Mick O'Hara. And here comes Fergal Healy, and that's a much better finish. Missed a couple earlier on, but he's got this one, and Galway come back into the game. Ran onto it beautifully. Keenahan was struggling to stay with him for pace, but that had good accuracy. That's a very clever bit of play by Joe Erity. Back comes Greg Kennedy. Huge ball in towards Kearns. Keenan on his hands and knees. Pressure being applied still. They try to dig it out, and it's another score for David Tierney. He was going for 3 points. He gets 1 instead. Moore trying to drive it down the field, but pressured out of it. That's Murray getting it forward. Conditions are very, very difficult for these players. Here comes Ollie Canning. He's popped out there to left half forward. Good movement, good pace, drops it in, and it's tapped over the bar. Very good score. So it's 110 to 1-6. Ollie Canning was the one who was making this score possible. Dropped in there beautifully. Pitch cutting up very, very noticeably. Simon Wheelahan, lovely tidy corner back. That was aimed towards Rory Hannafy. Good work away to get it out as far as Declan O'Brien. This is David Ford, who got that beautiful ball just moments ago. Referee allowed an advantage to Declan O'Brien. He was fouled. He got it in as far as Kearns, and stumbling but getting back up, and he gets it in. It's a second goal for Galway. Mark Kearns getting his first goal, making it 111 to 2-6. Got the opportunity to turn, and Colm Cassidy cursing his luck in there on the line, but it got beyond Stephen Byrne. Ollie Canning in the blue helmet. They stopped over there, and it's Pilkington. Ian Hodgins trying to get it up onto his stick, but really you can see the difficulty the players are experiencing. That's a great point by Barry Wheelahan. Winedick came out to him. He struck it delightfully, and it's 114 to 2-6. Well, the Wheelahan family have been absolutely brilliant in the Offaly and Burr colours over the years. That's a big one there from Colm Cassidy, way in. They're all in after it. Out, touched away by Greg Kennedy. Johnny Pilkington inevitably in there for a little while towards the full forward position. Always good for a score. Brendan Murphy. Well, they're giving it across here to Conor Gath, their goal scorer in the first half. Well blocked down. Great play by Declan O'Brien. But it is something of a lottery. Fergal Healy, way back around his own half-back line, being encouraged by the selectors to push up at every opportunity. Pushing forward here was Mark Kearns. It gets hot there in the company of Joe Brady. Two teams who already put in a big effort. Rory Gantley, goalkeeper, has been organising his back line, and that one is beautifully over the bar. So 6 points now, the tally of Rory Gantley, the Galway free taker. 11 for Offaly's free taker, Damien Murray. That's Oakley now operating in midfield. 3 different positions for him this afternoon, and Johnny Pilkington has gone forward to full forward. Just about getting there despite of the block. And Pilkington, as ever, chips in with a score. I think Liam Hodgins probably felt he did enough on it, but not so. 119 to 2-9. It was Pilkington, it wouldn't come up for him. It's been that kind of afternoon. So are the league champions Galway to lose their opening 2 points right at the start of this Alliance National Hurling League. Oakley. And all that after Galway got a goal and a point for starters right at the beginning of the match. Beautiful play. Colm Cassidy. Barry Wheelahan. They work it down to Cassidy once again. He's now only 45 to 50 metres out from goal, and he's been fouled by Declan O'Brien, and yet another free. Well, it's been One of the features of Galway's play this afternoon, far too many frees given away. This could be point number 13 for Damien Murray. The angle favoured him. His striking record is superb. And he, of course, plays with Cool Derry here in Offaly. Cahill once again. Fergal Healy trying to advance. Stopped, however, well by Simon Whelan.
Break it, Murray, break it.
Shocked to see, great catch. Great play. You really have to admire the players for their level of commitment on a wretched day, but really the conditions have been appalling. Here comes Brendan Murphy. That's very nicely delivered, comes down, and Pilkington's nearly in for an Offaly goal. They're still wrestling at Johnny Pilkington. Bit of a smile on the face. Now, how did that one go over the line, I wonder? 2:21 to 2:9. Let's have a look at this again. Did he touch it on the ground? Did he scoop it off the ground? Well, he got it in with the stick in the end, however it came out. Offaly have their goal, and Pilkington now has a second score. That's a goal and a point. Well, Galway will be concerned that they're starting from 3 between them and scored just 1 goal. Meanwhile, Damien Murray has had a field day, literally. That's his 14th point of this match. Joe Erity. Back in by Barry Whelan. Bounces around over there. And that's the substitute. Paul Malloy acknowledging the pass. And that is his first score. And Offaly have a handsome lead. This is where he came onto it well. Looked very convincing. Swung on his left. And swung it accurately. There he is, Jeffrey Linsky. Ollie Fahy. Inside to Mark Kearns. Is there another consolation? Fergal Healy's around. And he rattles it into the back of the net. A goal and a point for Fergal Healy. Started the match in place of Alan Kearns. A late consolation, if that's what it is, for Galway. They have many a battle ahead of them. Gary Hannafy against Cahill. Anticipating was Damien Murray. Pressure in there. There was nearly another one for Johnny Pilkington. I think he fancied his chances that time. The youngster from Burr. Erity challenging Ollie Fahy. That's been the matchup since Fahy came into the game. Hannafy and Cahill. Moore taking it away. Oh, that was a decent tackle. Wonder is he available for the next international at Lansdowne Road? He's a big man. Mark Kearns just had enough latitude, and a point results for Galway. That's a goal and a point for Mark Kearns. But his 2 corner forwards have failed to score. Great catch by Ger Oakley. Chased by Damien O'Brien. O'Brien is still after him. Decent pass inside. Malloy fancying his chances. Johnny Pilkington always fancies his chances. Well, this time the referee says free out. Very tough afternoon for these Galway backs. Simon Whelan. This time it's taken away by Fergal Healy, and that goes right. The points go to Offaly. Galway made the better start, but Offaly came back, looked convincing. But really, it's one of those days when those who argue that you don't play hurling on the first Sunday of February got an awful lot of ammunition. It was something of a quagmire, a full lottery in a way. And as Ger Oakley comes off, Offaly have their 2 points, winning by 2 goals and 23 points to Galway's 3 goals and 11.
I think hurling in the middle of winter is very bad. I mean, I think that for a quality game, for quality teams, it should be played on the hard ground. So that today was, I mean, it made an awful rain last night, and the pitch was very, very heavy.
And it really destroyed the game in a way.
It certainly did. I mean, and fair dues to all the players. The thing is that Galway scored 314, and we scored 223. So I mean, great scoring in a very soft ground.
The conditions were very difficult out there, and a lot of slipping and sliding, and the ball was getting stuck on the muck. So that led to a lot of it, I suppose. But having said that, I mean, there's no excuses at all for some of the fouling that we committed. Some of them quite reckless and that, and we were disappointed with that aspect of our game.
Should the league really start in February?
Well, I suppose it was a nice fine day like yesterday, everyone would say it should, but looking at the conditions today, I suppose this is the kind of weather you get this time of the year, and we're going to get more of that. I don't think so. I think maybe go back to the old system and play a few games in November, and then maybe wait until March, April to finish off the league proper. You know, I think that would be a better time of the year to be playing the games.
It's very hard playing against Galway because I mean, like, I know most of these players, you know, but it's a game, and the game had to be won. So that, and for the next 2 games, the Client fellas and the Bird players aren't playing with us, so that'll be tough, you know. So we're playing Antrim, and we're playing I think Limerick. So that it'll be a big loss to Offaly.
Great experience for you today?
I've had this experience. It was just very nerve-wracking to be in, but when we started off with Johnny Pilkin and them, to kind of settled us down inside and we just went out and played hurling then, just done what we were told, simple things, and it went well, and glad about that.
It was a day for big men like yourself out there in the half-back line alongside Joe Erity.
Yeah, it was a big old heavy day, and the field was heavy, but we got through it anyway, and so we're happy enough.
And there's confirmation of the Division 1A results. As you can see, wins for Limerick and Clare as well as Offaly on this opening day of the league. Limerick had no trouble at all with Antrim, beating them by 4-18 to a goal and 4 points. Offaly, as we saw, beat Galway 2-23 to 3-11, and Clare had no trouble at all with Meath, winning by 4 goals and 15 points to 14 points. In Division 1B, there were easy wins too for Wexford and Waterford. Wexford beat Laois 2-10 to 9 points, and Waterford beat Derry 3-17 to 8 points. There were 5 matches in Division 2. Westmeath and London played a draw, 9 points to 1 goal and 6. Carlow beat Roscommon fairly comfortably, 3-13 to 1-7. Kerry beat Armagh, 3-17 to 2-4. Wicklow just about got the better of Down, winning by a single point, 15 points to 1-11. And finally, Kildare beat Louth, 14 points to 6. And Division 3, the Mayo-Sligo clash scheduled for Ballina was postponed, but the others went ahead. Longford beat Fermanagh 3-14 to 2-6. Monaghan and Leitrim delivered the second draw of the day. It was a goal and 5 points each. And Tyrone beat Cavan 13 points to 1-7. Well, Babs Keating joins us in studio tonight to discuss that match and indeed the National Hurling League in general. First of all, we heard about the conditions, Babs. We'll talk about those shortly because they were pretty poor, but that was a disappointing start for Noel Lane today. A lot was being expected from Galway.
I would say Noel will be very disappointed.